our bodies will always remind us what we're not paying attention to subconsciously. And it's funny because this week for me, my youngest child graduates high school and will be done. I'll be an empty nester in essence. It's been a very busy month, having my oldest graduate college, and I finished up a class through the college myself again, and it's just those reminders, to slow down. And you never pay attention, and especially having autoimmune disease, we just keep going and we never pay attention to stuff that's going on. And you tell yourself, I'm fine, I'm good, but you're not. It's those things that we just keep pushing ourselves through. But you really start to listen to your body when you start to fall apart, because you'll eat something which you shouldn't do, but you're like, I'll pay the consequences later. What's a little, rash here or a stomach pain or whatever. Because a lot of us with autoimmune diseases and stuff like that, we react different than others do to a lot of things. But we miss those foods and stuff like that. But it sends our body into this inflammation haven, and then we spiral. And especially if we haven't been paying attention to ourselves, because we're ignoring the things that really are at bay, that we're telling ourselves we're okay with, but we're really not. So it's like my face never breaks out. My face is a hot mess right now. I am just rash central. And that comes from my lupus. I just break out all over. I get these ulcers and things like that in my mouth, and that comes from the autoimmune disease, because I don't have an immune system like everybody else. And then I start to get them on my hands and things of that nature. And then I break out with these crazy rashes from my mast cell activation, which I thought I had under some good control. But being as I choose not to take medications like a lot of people do, because I had a bad reaction taking medications, it makes it worse for me. So it's remembering to get back to your center and actually listen to yourself and go, I guess I'm really not doing as well as I'm telling myself. Yes, this is overwhelming. Yes, I'm excited to be where we are, and that everything is amazing, but it's also scary. But it's scary in a good way. But you got to regulate your nervous system. So then you have to remind yourself, how do I regulate my nervous system? What are those things that help me? Yeah, see, here comes some more rashes along with my funky tan I have going on. But how do I regulate my nervous system? What works for me? And then get back into the habits again and do extra work on myself, extra grounding, extra journaling, extra meditation. That way I get myself back in line and get rid of all this hot mess express going on. But it's happening for a lot of people, especially with the end of the year that's coming. So, you're not alone. Love yourself. And remember to check in with yourself. Because even though you're like, I'm good, your body will tell you otherwise. Because that's when it starts to throw its hands up in the air. And it's like, oh, bitch, you're not so well. I love you.